Now, I hope you can hear me. Hi, everyone, again. Forgot to turn on my mic there. Not very smart. How is everyone? I hope you're great. Thank you for coming. My name is Yamile Yemoonyah, and I am a spirit guide medium, which means that I can sense, see, hear, feel spirit guides around other people, and I can give you the messages they have for you. And that's why you're here, to get a message. So first of all, you can find me at spiritguides.co. That's my website. You can also book a one-on-one reading with me. There's a button down there. It's a green button. You can click on it and check it out if you feel called to do so. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, please click the link in the description, either below or above, to come over here, because only here I can give you a reading. So again, if you're on YouTube or on Facebook, click the link in the description below or above to come over here and actually get a reading. Of course, you can also just hang back and watch the whole thing if you don't want to get a personal reading. You always will learn something from other people's readings. Always. Like, messages that come through are always also for the entire group. The other side, the spirit world, knows what they're doing, and they know that you're here. Even if you're just lurking and don't want a reading because it's a little scary, you'll just still get something out of this. So if you have any tech issues, please reload the page. That usually helps. Also, if there's an echo, try to use earphones, earplugs, because that will help. The echo will go away. Also, make sure that you don't have two tabs open with this, because then you get the echo as well. All right, now let me know where you guys are from. I'm always curious how many continents we have today. I see Lauren is here. Hi, Lauren. Jessica, Mary. Hi, everyone. We have Hero. Hi, Hero. He's my unofficial assistant and always likes to help me out. Thank you, Hero. We have Yadiralia. I hope I'm saying your name right. We have Christian from South Africa. We have Mary from Madison, Wisconsin. We have Rachel from Chicago, Lauren from Dallas, Elisa from El Paso, Robin, oh God, I love Oregon, Christian from, South Africa. I said the name right, awesome. All right, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, and we have Ralph from Vancouver Island and Barbara from Miami. Wow, lots of people from the US today. Where's my Europeans at? Let me know. Zari from California. I'm sure we have some people from Europe. Come on, people, let me know. And Leah from Toronto. Awesome. So again, if you're watching on YouTube or FB, come on over. There's a link in the description so you can actually get a reading. All right, so before we can get started, there are a few things that you need to know. I think it's 4 or 5. The number one that you need to know is that there's all kinds of definitions out there about spirit guides. I have my own, and I will tell you what my definition is, so we're on the same page. My definition of spirit guides is that any kind of being that lives in the higher realms and is connected to us in unconditional love and wants to help us on our spiritual path or in day-to-day life is a spirit guide. So that includes angels. It includes ancestors. So that these could be ancestors that you've known, or the ones that you have known because it's too far back, or even ancestors from past lives. And this also includes people who have like similar interests, similar purposes. Like, for example, if you're a painter, then maybe like someone who was a painter in their life would come and help you. I call that also an ancestor because it's kind of like ancestor in the sense of like interests. So then you have nature beings like elves, fairies, gnomes, all of these. Then you have star beings, otherwise known as aliens. But alien sounds creepy and people immediately think about scary Hollywood movies, and that's not what it's like. So I call them star beings, and they're very nice. Then you have ascended masters who once lived on Earth as human beings, but now left their reincarnation cycle and are helping from the other side. Then we have gods and goddesses from all over the world, every culture that exists. And we have power animals, otherwise known as totem animals or spirit animals, whereby we have to be careful when we talk about Native American culture, indigenous cultures, that we don't appropriate. Always be aware of that. The second thing you need to know is that they show them, well, spirit guides show themselves in a way that makes sense to us as human beings. So they don't really have brown eyes and black hair and earrings, because they're not in the physical world. They're in different worlds and different dimensions where there is no physicality. So obviously they can't have like black hair or whatever. But because they know we as humans have a hard time like connecting to energy frequencies, and that's how I see them, like energy frequencies, they help us by giving us an image that represents them. So when I do the reading for you, I will see their image that they give me in my third eye. So I don't see it outside of me. That only happens from time to time. But usually I see it inside. Just like you, when I ask you, what did you have for dinner last night? You immediately have that image like inside of your brain. It works the same for me. That's how they show themselves to me. And I will tell you what they look like. So that's easier for you to connect with them. The same goes for names. They don't have any names. They're energy frequencies. So you can actually feel them when they come close to you, because maybe you get really hot, maybe you get really cold, maybe like you feel there's a vibration, or maybe you just feel a presence. And once you get used to that presence, that feeling, that's how you know them. That's basically their calling card, their name. But again, to make it easy on us, sometimes they will give us a name. Not always, but if I get one, I will tell you. If I don't get one for you, there's usually a reason, either because they want you to actually focus more on the energy, on feeling them, than to like resort to our human way of thinking, which is a little bit limited. So don't be disappointed if you don't get a name. You don't need the name to talk to them. Just like you can talk to someone, I don't know, in the store who's selling you something without knowing their name, you can talk to them as well. Then also, even if you know one of your guides, it might be a different guide coming through. Why is that? Because if you know your guide already, you don't really need me to talk to them, because you know them already. So usually it's a new guide, but sometimes it's like one that you already know, because they like to give you some extra confirmation that they're around. And then almost the last thing, you get the messages that you need to hear, which might be different from what your original question is. So for example, if you come here and you want to know about like how to get more money into your life because you want to buy a Ferrari, they might be talking about something completely different, because they don't think that buying a Ferrari is so important for you. Unless it has to do with your purpose in life and you need a Ferrari for that, they're happy to help. But so they might be talking about opening your heart chakra, for example. And you're wondering, what does that have to do with my financial situation? Well, maybe they're talking about you opening your heart chakra so that at the next dinner party you're at, you are more open and you're more willing to talk to people that you usually wouldn't talk to, because maybe you're an introvert. And so this time, because you are worked on your heart chakra, you're talking to your neighbor, like table neighbor, and that person is going to give you a new job, and bang, there's the money. So they know more than you do, and they try to help you. So if the question that you have isn't answered directly, don't be disappointed. Although usually you will realize that what they're telling you is actually exactly what you needed to hear, even if it might not be what you wanted to hear. All right, so and then the last thing is like how I work. I close my eyes and my head might go a little bit to the left or a little bit back, because I always feel like the information is coming from here. So I'm listening. My eyes will be closed most of the time because it helps me to concentrate, and it helps me to keep my ego out, because if I see your facial expressions, for example, it might like bring me out of my concentration. That's all it is. That's why I keep my eyes closed. Like I said, I will see them clairvoyantly. They will give me an image of what they look like. I will describe the image to you. Then I will give you the message that they have for you. Once in a while, I will ask you, does this make sense to you? Do you understand this? Or similar questions, so I know I'm on the right path. Because this whole thing, doing readings, is a little bit like detective work. It's not the same as talking to a human being. It's not like I get a email with all the whole text and then I can just tell you. It's more like they give me images and feelings and maybe one word, and then it's like clues, and I have to bring the message together. So sometimes that's a little hard, and I will ask you, does this make sense to you? Do you understand this? So I know I'm going in the right direction. So this is like a collaboration basically between three, the spirit guides, me, and you. So if I ask you questions, please answer clearly with yes, no, maybe, don't know, so I know what's going on. All right, that's it so far. Joe says she's lost the sound, or he, I'm not sure what you are. Sorry, Joe. Can you guys hear me, the rest of you? I hope so. Let me know. Okay, awesome. Great. Joe, I'm not sure. Okay, awesome. You got it back. Great. Thank you, guys. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to close our eyes, and we're going to do a quick breathing exercise and then opening prayer, and then we can start doing the readings. So if you want to take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. And relax your shoulders. And one more time, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And relax your face and your jaw, your forehead, your eyes. And one last time, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Let go of any worries, any stress that you've had today. Any negative thoughts that are swirling around your head. Just let it all go. Just be here and now, and take this time for yourself to connect with your spirit guides. Now I'm going to call on my spirit guides to come and join us in this space and help me to connect with your spirit guides. I specifically call on Archangel Michael and Brother Jaguar to come and protect this space, so only beings from the higher realms and only beings who are connected to us in unconditional love can come through. I also call on your spirit guides to come and join us and use me as a medium and channel to give you the messages that you need to hear today. And so it is. Thank you. When you're ready, you can open your eyes again. And what I want you to do now, and Hero posted this already, but I'll explain it again. There's an Ask a Question section down here. It's literally called Ask a Question. You can click on it, and then I want you to type newbie in there. Nothing else, no questions, no names, no nothing, just newbie. So I know that you're actually here and that you want a reading. And then I will pick people kind of randomly, and I work with Spirit and trust that they will pick the right people that need a message today. And I will pick people and I will invite you on screen. You will get a little notification that says, Yamile invited you on screen or something similar. And you have to say, yes, I want to go on screen. And then you'll come on screen and I'll do a reading for you. If you're not sure if your device is compatible, there is a link somewhere around your screen. I'm not sure where because I see it a little bit differently. That's like tech help or like compatibility or something like this. I'm not sure what it's called. Maybe it's called Get Audio Video Help. There you will see if you're compatible. Otherwise, also in every single email that I send out with the invitation to come to these readings, there's always a link in there to that same page that explains exactly what you need to get on screen. And it's not hard, like it should work for almost everyone. So, all right. All right. I hope you guys all type newbie, at least the ones of you who actually want a reading. Of course, like I said, you can also just watch and relax. All right. And again, if like this is too public for you, you can always book a one-on-one session with me. Again, there's like this green button down there. You can click on it and check it out. Also, if this is the very first time you're here, check your emails after because you will get a coupon code that you can use if you want to book a one-on-one session. All right. All right, please type newbie in the ask a question section, not in the chat. It's a different thing, so pay attention to that. Okay, and let's see. I'm going to go with V. Okay, so I'm sending you an invite, and I'll send 2 or 3 invites at the same time. We're also going to go with Yadiralia. I'm not sure. You will have to tell me how to say it exactly. I'm inviting you now. And we're going to go with Barbara. All right. And I think we have someone here. I have to close the questions and answers section. Yes, we have someone here. Awesome. Ah, it's you. Tell me, how do I pronounce your name? Are you there? You're freezing a little bit, but I can hear you. I can hear something. Yeah, can you say something, please? Hello, are you there? I can see you. Hello, are you there? Can you say something? Otherwise, I will have to go to someone else. Okay, now I can't see you anymore. You know what? I'm gonna mute you.
Hello?
Yes. Okay, hold on. I have to unmute you again. Just muted you. Give me 1 sec. Okay, you can hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, that's a problem. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, again, I'll mute you and I'll please look into this because I think everyone else can hear me. Or get some headphones. That might help. And in the meantime, I'll do a reading for someone else. All right, let's see who else. I'm going to invite more people. Yes, if someone knows how to help her, please do in the chat. That would be great. V, just go to another browser. Use Chrome, use Firefox, and come back. And I'll try again. Okay, I'm not sure how to get you on screen now. Okay, I'm not sure. We'll see. Let's go with... Oops. Did we invite Mary yet? Let's see. Okay, Mary, I'm going to invite you. And I'm going to invite Elaine. All right, and I think we have someone here now. Let's see who it is. Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Awesome. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, so are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait, we have someone else. I have to reach her. It's really loud. Okay. All right. All right, Mary, I'm going to close my eyes. I might have to tune in. That takes a few seconds, and then I'll tell you whatever is.
Okay.
All right, there are actually two beings. Let me check which one wants to go first. Actually, yeah. Okay, so there's a star being for you here. There's also an angel, but I'll go with the star being. My God, you have a lot of beings around you.
Oh,
there's also an elf around you. Okay, let me see. Actually, the elf wants to go. All right. So there's an elf around you. It's a male. Elves usually show themselves either in a like Disney-like form, like cute and small, or more like Lord of the Rings style. This one is more Lord of the Rings style. So he's like tall and handsome, and he's like dressed in like all he's actually switching. Like in one outfit, he is like all white and silver, and the other is black and purple. Let me see what's that all about. All right, he's talking about like mood swings. Let me see what that is about. He says that you sometimes like go through mood swings. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's why he showed himself like in these two different ways, like the one light and silver and the other black and purple. But he says when you go through these like different mood swings, it does have its purpose. When you go with, let's say, more the and I feel it's like you're going through phases that you feel like low and almost a little depressed. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
He says when it happens, and that's why he's wearing like black and purple, because he says when it happens is when you go more into yourself. And when you go more into yourself, that's at the same time kind of like when you were digging for gold, because you're going inside all the way and you're going through all the darker emotions that all humans have. And that might not be a lot of fun at the time, but at the same time, like what's under all of this like stuff that you're going through, and like in that sense also healing, because it's kind of like going to the basement and clearing out the basement. Like when you go through that, underneath there's a lot of like gifts and talents of yours that you haven't discovered yet. And there's a lot of like spiritual gifts for you. That's the purple. He's kind of showing me like a tiny like treasure chest, and he's holding it and says, this is like yours. It's like inside of you, and that's what you're digging for. So he says like, it's not much fun to go through these phases, but again, there's a purpose to it. But he also says it doesn't have to be this way. It's very much for you about basically at this point, like you're kind of like being forced to go there because it's important that you find these gifts and talents of yours. But if you would take the time for yourself, for example, through meditating, then you kind of like do it on purpose. you go inside, and then life doesn't have to force you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he says meditation is very important for you to do the inner work, really do it on purpose. That will help with the depression and the mood swings and all these kinds of things. Yeah, and again, he says it's very important that you do this work, because there is skills and talents and gifts that you have to uncover that are important for your purpose. He says his name is Elgin, so that's Elgin. That's what you can call him and how you can talk to him. And when you feel like it's too much, then you can call on him, and he will help you through these darker emotions sometimes. But again, if you meditate regularly, that will help you immensely. Do you have a question about this?
What skills and talents does he think that I should uncover or be aware of?
He's laughing a little bit. He says, excuse me. He says, that's for you to discover. If he told you now, you wouldn't do the work, basically. So it has a lot to do with sensitivity and what comes from sensitivity. So, and this is coming from me, sensitivity, for example, is very important for doing psychic work, for example, because psychic work is very much about feeling and seeing and hearing things that are very subtle. So you need to be sensitive to these things. So that's one example. So it has to do, yeah, it definitely has to do with sensitivity and with the fact that you are way more sensitive than you know, and that you sometimes cover up your own sensitivity because, well, it's hard to be sensitive in this world sometimes. And to learn to live with your sensitivity and to be able to protect your sensitivity. Once you do that, you will know the next step will come. Yeah, and that's all he has to say for now.
Okay.
I hope that helps you and supports you on your path forward, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Now we have, let me see, Elaine. Let me unmute you, Elaine.
Hello.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi.
It's a little bit loud where you are, but I think it's okay. All right, let's see. Where are you from, Elaine?
From Gloucester, Massachusetts. So the
All
States.
right, awesome.
Yeah.
Never been to Gloucester. Never heard about it, to be honest.
Close to Boston.
Okay, I know Boston. All right, let's see. All right, I'm not sure who's here yet, but I can already, they're already telling me things. They're telling me that you are, you like to pretend that you're an extrovert, but there's also an introverted side to you. Would you understand that?
Yes.
All right, not showing yet. Sometimes they do that, and there's usually a reason. I'll just go with whatever I get. What your guide is saying that sometimes you're hiding a little bit behind your extroverted side. So in the sense of that you, yeah, a little bit like Mary before, that you hide your more introverted, sensitive side. You try to hide a little bit sometimes behind making jokes and even making jokes about yourself in that sense. Would you understand what I'm trying to convey?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually a similar message in the sense for you, it's important to accept your introverted side and to give it space. to not always be running and doing and always be around people, but really give yourself space so you can live that side of yourself, because there's a lot of like goodness that comes from that side of yourself. It's also important to be able to show that side of yourself to others, especially obviously the people that you love your loved ones. And also to not put yourself down. This guide of yours tells me that sometimes you're not, like, sometimes when you feel not very confident, you kind of like put yourself down in like, but in front of others, like in forms of like jokes, or you don't probably sometimes don't even realize that you're doing it. But you're making yourself smaller because that makes you feel safe. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so.
So now let me see. Where are you? Why are you hiding? All right. Okay. It's an angel. It's a female. She shows herself as like very airy, like not like very physical, more like a haze, a little bit like as if you were shining a light on mist, and you can only make out like the what do you call it, the outline, a little bit like that. Very light, in the sense of like light, dark light, but also light in the sense of like not heavy. She says her name is Cassandra. You can also call her Cassie. And she says, for you, it's important to feel lighter about yourself, feel lighter about life, as in not taking it so extremely seriously. She says sometimes you take things too seriously, especially when it comes to yourself. So again, like the theme about sometimes not being very confident about yourself. She says what helps if you take things a little more lightly, especially what other people say. She says sometimes you take what other people say too seriously. And she says it's way more important what you think about something, and especially yourself, not what other people think about something or you. And she says to always remember that like what other people think has more to do with them than with what they are actually talking about. It shows more who they are on the inside than who you are, if they were talking about you, for example. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the way she shows herself is almost like how we would sometimes depict a ghost, like this, like like I said earlier, almost like smoke. If you had smoke and there was a light that was shining on the smoke, a little bit like that, but then in the form of an angel. She also doesn't touch the ground. She like hovers above the ground a little bit. Okay, and she says every time you see like either like mist outside, like when the weather is like that, or if you see like smoke, that's when she's specifically around you, and that's when you can specifically talk to her. It doesn't mean that you can't do it if that's not like the circumstance, but you, then is a good time to think about her and talk to her and ask her for guidance and help. And she says, you're amazing. Believe in yourself. It's very important that you believe in yourself. You're an amazing soul, and she wants you to know that. And she keeps saying it. It seems to be very important. So keep that in mind. Yeah, and I think that's all she has to say for now.
Thank you.
I hope that helps you.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm glad. Thank you for coming.
Yep, thank you.
All right. All right. So the people I invited earlier, I don't know how to invite you again. That's the whole trouble with this. I'm really not sure what happens when I click here. Ah, okay. Let's see. Okay, I have to remove you and then invite you again. I hope I can find you again. So I'm removing you now. Give me a second. All right. Okay. Let's see if it works now. Yes. Okay. I'm going to invite you again. Let's see it. Let's hope it works. Okay. Trying V again as well. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Okay. V, you're invited as well. And there was someone else. I'm not sure if I can find you again. Barbara, right. Thank you. Let's see. Can I find you? Sorry, guys. It's a little complicated sometimes. Okay, someone's here. But I can't see you, whoever you are. Ah, hi. Give me 1 sec. I'm still trying to invite Barbara. Oh, you're gone again. No, there you are. God. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but I think I always see something else. But I can only see myself now. How's that possible? Can anyone else see her? Oh, that's V. I can see her.
How's that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that's much better. Awesome. That works. Great. So how are you today?
I'm awesome. I'm super excited for this.
Awesome. All right. So let me see what I can get for you. Sorry, sometimes it takes a little longer. All right. So there's an animal spirit around you.
I'm gonna write this down.
And this is actually a cat that is around you, and it's a Siamese cat. So it's almost entirely white, a little bit gray, a little bit dark around the paws and the front and the ears, blue eyes, very pretty. And she's talking about you being a very independent spirit Would you understand that?
Yes, so much so.
Okay, awesome. She's saying that definitely has its purpose, that you're this independent, even though some people might not always like it.
They hate it.
And there's definitely, you should definitely always, obviously, also consider other people's viewpoints. But generally, this is like a good thing. This is something you wanted very much for this lifetime, because there were other lifetimes that you weren't as independent. And that's actually one of your fears, as she tells me, that at some point you will like be too dependent on something or someone, because this is something that has happened in the past, in a past life. So sometimes you will go a little bit overboard because you are trying to like get away from that fear. So do pay attention to if yeah, you're doing it a little bit too much. I think you know what I'm talking about. I hope so, without me having to go into details. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
She says she also wants to talk about work. Wait a minute, I'm saying she, but I'm actually not 100% sure. Let me see. Yeah, she. She wants to talk about work. She says you should definitely do something that gives you that sense of independence. So either work for yourself or work in a company that gives you the freedom to work independently, and a company that like values your way of working for them. You're never going to be happy when you are under a micromanaging boss, for example. Right. So that's important. So don't go for like the safety of a job that doesn't give you what you need. You're going to be unhappy, and it's going to not be good for you generally. So she's talking about like minor health issues in the sense of like when, and I'm trying to get what exactly, but she says when you start feeling too dependent in some way, when you can't live your independence, it will have an effect on your health. Nothing major, so please don't panic. It's just in the sense that when you feel that you feel drained, that you get headaches, that you feel sluggish, that you feel not optimally health-wise, even if it's just little things, that these are signs that you need to reevaluate your life and your work and see how you can gain back some independence. Have you ever had these symptoms?
I have a concussion right now, so yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that matches up perfectly, actually.
Okay, awesome. So let's see. She also says you're definitely a leader type. So work-wise, yeah, the best really would be for you to work on your own, or if you really find a company that supports you in that. Yeah, and where you can also like bring in your leadership abilities because you have them. She says, find your own leadership style. It's a little bit different than what most people call leadership. So pay attention to what your own style is of leading people. Like, for example, think back to your childhood, like when you were with your friends, when you were the one saying, okay, we're going to do this or whatever. Like, think about how you would take like leadership and get other people to take action. How do you do that?
Great question.
And that will help you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm writing it all down.
Yeah.
Just in case.
We didn't get a name yet, so let me see. Her name is Carlotta.
Carlotta.
Yeah, so that's like Carlotta.
Yeah.
She likes it.
Got it.
I'm laughing
Wrote
and
it
I'm laughing and she's like, that's a nice name. So apparently she likes her name and she picked it herself. So don't laugh about it.
Okay.
She's very like a little bit haughty almost, but kind of cute. Very caring though, and very sensitive. And she's around you, like around your legs. She will be specifically around you when you work, because she likes to give you inspiration for your work.
Very, very cool.
So when you feel
what you said about work is bang on too. So this is really cool.
Okay, awesome. That's great. All right, I think that's it for now.
Thank you very much.
You already said it helps you, so I'm happy with that. All right, thank you for coming. All right, let's see. So I'm not sure what's going on with Barbara, but I can't, maybe come back next time. I can't spend too much time with the tech. And like I said, in the email that I sent out, it says important in big letters, and there's a link. And you can go there, and I think actually on that page there's a thing so you can test if it works. So do that before you come next time. Yadialia, I already tried you twice now. I'm not sure what's going on. So again, like, come back next time. Make sure it works. Really sorry. All right, let's see what else we have. And if you just joined, just type newbie in the questions and answers section. It's down here. It's not the chat. It's something else. All right, we're going to go with Zari. I'm inviting you now. You don't have to be shouting when you say newbie. I can see you. I can see every single one. And I'll invite, Lauren. Oops, sorry. Inviting you now. All right, and let's see, one more person, or I'll just keep going until someone shows up. Somehow a little stuck, sorry guys, it's taking a little bit. Okay, Azra. And again, don't type anything else, just newbie. It makes it much easier for me. I can't read everything. It takes too much time and everyone else will get bored. So, do we have someone yet? Right, I invited like 4 people. What's going on? Okay, I'll just keep inviting people. Or what I can also do, there were some questions. I can answer a question. All right, we have someone, but I'll answer one question first. Here's a question from Gabrielle. She says, can a spirit guide be the higher self of someone you haven't met? No. Your spirit guide has nothing to do with other people that you know in this lifetime. Your spirit guides are not incarnated right here and right now. They are independent beings from you or the people that you know here.
I see.
I can do one more question, and then I'll come to you. Chelsea asks, invisible energy orbs. What does it mean when I can see energy orbs? All right, guys. So this question, when you ask, what does it mean? It's not the right question to ask, to be honest. I know that's like the question we all go to. But when you see invisible energies and orbs, that's like really like feel what happens when you see them. Feel what your feelings are around it. What does your intuition tell you? And then go with that. That's the first impression that you get, and that is usually the correct impression. So if, for example, you see in like these energy orbs and you think about like your dad who has passed, and you haven't thought about him, but then you see the orbs and suddenly you think about your dad, well, guess what? It's probably your dad coming to visit. So that's what it means. If you think about something else, or you get a feeling of, for example, you suddenly get an idea, like maybe you've been, you're in a situation at work where you are working on a creative project, and suddenly you see these orbs, and suddenly you get like all these ideas for work. Well, guess what? Now it means that you are being inspired by energy beings that want to help you with your work. So first, go with your own impressions and your own intuitions. Then ask other people, because the same, like seeing energy orbs doesn't mean the same thing for everyone. This is true for dreams as well, by the way. Like, sure, you can go on the internet and look up, like, what does it mean if I dream about a wolf, for example. But like what it says on the internet is true for the person that wrote that. It doesn't mean that it's true for you. So first of all, trust yourself, trust your own answers, trust your own intuition. Then ask what it means to other people, and then see if that makes sense to you too. Yeah, so Chelsea, think about when you saw them or when you see them, what happens? How do you feel? What kind of like images pop into your head? What kind of feelings do you have? What kind of like thoughts are in your head? Listen to that. All right, and now we're gonna go to, let me close this. Hi, Asra. How are you today?
Hi. Fine, thanks. How about you?
I'm great. I'm having a good time doing this. So let's see what I can get for you.
You're wonderful, and you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. Wow, you guys all have like a whole team with you today, and I don't know which ones to pick. So let's see who wants to go. Like with you, I already see like an angel and a nature spirit, and I'm like, okay, who wants to go? Okay, guys. They're both just standing there and waiting, and I'm like, yeah, you have to make a decision. All right, let's go with the nature spirit first. The nature spirit is a female. She's a gnome. Like, and she shows herself very cute, like Disney style, with a like red little hat.
Oh my goodness.
And she's actually, that's funny, she's wearing like these Dutch, like back like a few hundred years back in Holland, they would wear these like wooden shoes. Have you ever seen them?
Yes.
Yeah, she's wearing these, and I have no clue why. Does that make sense to? Does that make sense to you? Do you have like Dutch ancestors or something like that? Or
yes, I do actually. Yes, I do.
There you go. Because usually, like when they show me something that's specific, there's like a purpose to it, and I might not understand it. So then I have to ask you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." Yes. So okay, so that's interesting. She's basically talking about your ancestry. And by the way, guys, this is how it works. Like I get this image and I don't know what it means, and I have to ask Azra, and she says, yes, I have Dutch ancestors, and then I have to take the next step. Okay, what does that mean? So it's like I said, detective work, which is fun. All right, she's definitely talking about like you being very close to the earth and being like very close to nature. It's good for you to be in nature. She's talking about you having a good relationship also to plants, herbs, animals. Would you understand that?
Well, I love animals. Plants, that's another story. I love
Okay.
plants, but I keep killing them. I don't know why.
Okay, but you do know what I'm talking about when I say you have a close connection, like to Earth, to the energy of Earth, and to
Yes.
like the beings of Earth. And you also don't just see them as like, let's say, plants or like that's an animal. You see them as beings, as alive.
Yes, I name each one of them. Isn't that
Yes.
weird? I name
No,
them
I do the same
all.
thing. I do the same thing. So that's what she's talking about. And she says that's like such a great energy that you bring into this lifetime, because as we all know, not everyone sees like even animals or plants or like trees or whatever like this. Most people see them as objects that they can like do with whatever they want. And she says you bring this energy that you you inspire others to see like that everything is alive, that everything has a spirit, that everything has a soul, and that is part of your soul purpose. You're already doing that just by like being yourself.
Thank you.
So you don't have to do anything specific for that. But she says the more you are aware of it, the like more conscious you will be able to work with that as well. So I don't know, if you see someone like a kid, for example, like who treats animals not in a very nice way, or plants or trees, maybe consciously talk to them about it. Like, why would you do that? Animals and trees are also alive. They also have feelings. And she says that's why it's important for you to like be conscious about this, that this is part of your purpose. She also says you have healing abilities. I don't know if you know that already.
I think I felt that before, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Actually, I myself heal a lot faster than normal people.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Which is something that the doctors cannot understand, you know. For some reason,
Yes.
I tend to heal about double as fast as others. I don't know why.
Well, that's great. Let me see if she has something to say about that. Yeah, she says you have a good relationship with the earth, and that's why a lot of people like don't have a good relationship with the earth, with earth energy, and therefore also their own body, and they kind of fight against their own body. And you don't do that. You support your body when it comes to healing. You listen to your body when it comes to healing, and that's why it's faster.
I suppose it's all unconscious, but
yes, but that's exactly why she's giving you this message. So these things like rise into your consciousness, and you can work with them even better. And because like you have like these self-healing abilities, you also have healing abilities that help others. So you can look into that as well, especially like working with your hands, Reiki, spiritual healing, these kinds of things. Look it up on the internet, find one way that you like to do, and start like practicing on yourself, or even plants or animals, pets, kids, whatever. Anyone who wants to. Yeah. Because that will give you like, because you have a healing mentality and personality, but like when you do it like physically with your hands, it will all become more conscious, and that will have a really positive effect on your purpose in life, because you will do it more consciously in everything that you do, whatever it is, like in your office job or wherever. Like this energy will come in, and that's what's important.
Thank you.
All right, let me see. Yeah, and she says she will help you with that. She will send you some inspiration. For example, if you're like surfing the internet and searching for like something about healing, she will like guide you along and send you the right information. And when you practice, she will be sitting next to you and giving you also like some instructions, even though you might not hear them physically in the sense of like someone saying, now do this, now do that.
Yes,
Yeah, it
I
might be
know.
more on an intuitive level.
It'll be in my heart, I
Exactly.
suppose.
So listen to your intuition because that's how they talk to you as well.
Can you tell me what her name is,
Okay,
maybe?
let me ask. All right, today we have like very specific special names. This one, she says her name is Cordelia.
Cordelia.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a cute name, though, actually.
So there you go.
A bit big for a small gnome, but anyway.
Well, that's what she tells me. What can I say?
I say, okay, I'll call her Cordy.
Yes, that's fine, I think. All right, thank you for coming. I hope this helps you and supports you. And yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much,
You're very
Yamile,
welcome.
and
Thank
you're
you.
wonderful. I'll be back.
All right, and we have someone else here. I can't see you. Lauren, could you turn on your camera? And I also can't hear you, I think. Okay, I hear something. Yes, I can hear you. Could you turn on your camera as well?
Let me see. I thought it was on.
Not yet.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Nope. I only see your photo. Oh, hold on. I can turn on your camera, I think. Don't do anything.
Can you see?
Nope. I only see your photo. I'm not sure why. Oh, well, let's try like this.
Okay.
So do we... Although I usually like it better when I can see you because I get a better feeling of your energy. Let's see. No, but it's fine. I'll try it like this. Give me 1 sec. All right. Lauren, you have a fairy around you. It's a female fairy. She's very pinkish, so lots of pink. She's actually wearing pink nail polish. She's very fashionable. She's very cute. She's very into like it's like the way she looks. She pays very much attention to like how she looks and the makeup and the hair and the clothes, and it's all perfect. She says she's with you because you are someone who brings beauty into this world. That's part of your purpose. Would you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So on whatever level that is, like you could be an artist, or maybe you're just like her and you're very much about like your appearance and you always look nice. Yes. But in some form you bring like beauty into this world. And again, for you, the same, like you do this in all kinds of ways. You can just be somewhere, and that like your energy, because you are your thoughts are much about beauty, and like you think about these things, and that's why you bring this energy wherever you go. Yes. And she says that sometimes people who have this energy, who bring beauty into this world, for example, artists, this includes like makeup artists, fashion people, all this kind of stuff, they sometimes feel like their purpose isn't good enough because they feel like it's just on the surface. I'm just doing makeup, for example. But she says it's important to realize that beauty is so important, because when we walk through the world and everything would be ugly, we wouldn't, like, beauty lifts up spirits, like people's spirits. And so you actually work on a much deeper level than you think.
Oh, wow.
And that's very important to know for you, so that you can like go on and be proud of who you are and be proud of what you do, and understand that your purpose is just as deep and just as important as other people's purposes.
Okay.
And she wants you to like think about this even more, like in the sense of like, think about, what does beauty do? Like, how does beauty make the world a better place? And really sit down for a little bit and think about this, and maybe write it down or record yourself. And then, yeah, better yet, write it down. And then every time you feel like, or someone is telling you that you're too like much on the surface, go back to that list and look at it, and so that you feel confident in what you do.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get a name. She has these very like pretty what do you call them? Wings. Like butterfly wings, and they're very like translucent, but there's like some purple, like the top is like purple, and then down it goes a little bit like pinkish, and there's like some glitter in it as well. I almost have it. Give me one sec. Her name is Sasha.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah. First, I was like, I knew that there's an S and an A. I thought Sabina, but no, that wasn't. Oh, I know, Sasha. So that's her name. So you can call her by that. And she helps you with like your purpose, like beautifying things, even if it's like beautifying your house or your car or whatever it is. Like that's the best time to also talk to her.
Okay.
That's when she's around you, mostly.
Okay.
So, or whatever, like doing your nails or whatever it is, like anything to do with beauty, then you can definitely talk to her, and she will help you.
Okay.
All right. I hope that helps you. Oh, now I can see you. There you are.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for
Okay.
coming.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I think that's it for today. Let me see if there are more questions. I might answer one more question just because I'm having fun. Let's see. So Elisa asks, how many spirit guides are around her? Let me answer that in a general way. We all have, this is my belief. Everyone has a different belief. This is my experience. Everyone has a team of beings around them, so not just one. Although I do think we have one main guide. And then we have like specialty guides. For example, you can have a healing guide. Specifically, if you're a healer, you will have a healing guide who helps you with the healing stuff. You can have a beauty guide like we just saw. You can have a guide that helps you with your job. You can have a guide that helps you with your family. You can have a guide that just helps you on your spiritual path. You can have a guide who helps you more with practical things. So I think we all have a team of guides. We have a like smaller circle that is always around us, and then there are some that come in and go as life demands. For example, if you're going through a hard time, like maybe you have cancer, then you might have a healer guide come in who works with you just for this time that you're going through this. And then when the cancer is gone, they might leave again because you don't need them. So that would be my answer to this question. All right, guys, it's been fun. Again, you can find me at spiritguides.co. And if you want to book a one-on-one reading, the button is down there. If you're here for the very first time, you'll get a coupon code so that you can get your first session with me a little bit cheaper. And then also, if you have questions or want to like talk to other people who are into spirit guides, and maybe your friends and family members are not so much into that, and they think you are a little bit crazy, then come to my Facebook group. It's called Spirit Guide School. There's over 1,600 people who are all interested in this topic. You can like share your experiences there, hear what other people have to say, get their advice. And I'm there, of course, as well. But it's not just about me, it's about you connecting with each other. And you can find that group by going to spiritguideschool.com, and that will redirect you to the group. All right, I think that's it for today, and maybe I'll see you next time, and enjoy the rest of your day. All right, bye guys.